Our preview of the new Cooper Hewitt begins here in a space that has not been frequented for over 110 years. This expansive new gallery of 6,000 square feet will allow us to deliver our mission like never before. For the first time, we have the capability to install exhibitions and keep the doors open. You may remember that often when we reinstalled exhibitions at Cooper Hewitt, we'd have to close part or the entire museum. And for the first time, we're throwing open our garden and cafe to all, early in the morning, without admission charge, to make Cooper Hewitt a destination for everyone, from our neighborhood friends to Central Park bikers. This new entrance will be marked with a beautiful canopy designed by Dillers, Scofidio, and Renfro, our partners on the visitor experience and the reinstallation of the first and second floors. The Arthur Ross Terrace and Garden will welcome people like never before, thanks to Walter Hood, the mastermind behind the re-landscaping, which will vivify the entire garden and allow for up to 200 seated visitors. The addition of 60% more gallery space means that for the first time, we are devoting the entire second floor to showcasing the permanent collection, which boasts over 200,000 objects spanning 30 centuries. We have a room that is a design masterpiece in itself on the second floor, the former family study of the Carnegies. It is also the only interior designed by Lockwood DeForest that is extant today. Here's a great shot of how we painstakingly restored the room. Let me introduce our amazing new interactive experience, a global first. For the last 8 months, we've been working together with the very best engineering and design minds to come up with an essential tool for our new visitor experience. Working from an initial concept from local projects and Dillers, Scofidio, and Renfro, this pen has been through iteration after iteration. Cooper Hewitt is embracing the design process like never before. This is a prototype in my hands. We haven't yet tested this, and we have 6 months to do that. And it will change and evolve as we speak to our various audiences, what works, what doesn't. And we'll make it work beautifully, so it really, really expands your understanding of design. In 2 words, it allows you to collect and create. You will use this pen to collect images and information about your favorite objects as you meander through the museum. On the digital tables that we are installing throughout the museum, you will use the pen to take a deeper dive into design and into the collection, learning from interactive and fun experiences developed in collaboration with local projects. In our new second floor immersion room, your pen will allow you to explore our wall coverings collection. Cooper Hewitt boasts the largest collection of wall coverings in the nation. You can pick one of our wallpapers, or you can draw whatever you'd like, and instantaneously, your drawing, your creation, will be projected on 2 perpendicular walls. In a way, the immersion room experience sums up what we'll be offering to the public when the transformed Cooper Hewitt opens in December. The opportunity to play designer. We are reinventing the museum-going experience, providing a new way to explore our collection and more of the collection to explore. This is an invitation not only to think about the process of design, but to engage in that process yourself. This is a museum of creating, not just looking.
So this will be a 2-wall floor-to-ceiling projection space, which will allow us to show the entire wallpaper collection as it would have felt in the room, living surrounded by particular patterns. Not only that, you'll be able to draw your own designs and see them repeat at full scale here. And because you're carrying the pen, all of those designs that you see, select or draw saved to your account for your use when you get back to school or work.
This idea to basically allow visitors to understand design by being designers. And that's really a huge paradigm shift. Carolyn called it a global first, where essentially you're learning about design by being a designer. It's really a new paradigm for what a museum can be, which is that you, the visitor, are actually able to be the participant and the creator, because everything you make, everything you see, every piece of inspiration that you gather from the casework and from the curators and from the material that the museum is putting forth and the things that you make, all of that exists online forever. So you can go there, you can grab your materials, you can come back each time and revisit what you gathered before, and you can continue to create and create over and over again. So whether or not they open with a 3D printer sitting next to a making application, whether or not they have that when they open it, I'm confident that within the months and years to follow, the type of experimentation and the spirit of innovation that really is focusing here at Cooper Hewitt will come forward.
Technology helps us to tell the story in different ways and tell more stories. You know, curators see things in a very specific way. When you open the dialogue to engage many more people, there's just, everything becomes so much more. I mean, just so many wonderful ideas, and it doesn't matter what age. It's not like, I mean, some of the great ideas are coming from really, really young people in elementary school, and just when you start brainstorming, I just find it really exciting. I still believe it's really important to have expertise. I believe that, like in all fields, you need the expertise because you can contribute more, but you also want to leave the door open to bring in other expertise and join forces.
Will it change what exhibitions you do? I mean,
It may very well. It may change. Certainly I've often thought about, in my career in museum, which has been over 30 years now, there have been several spikes of things. You know, there was the sudden moment when there was the notion of the blockbuster. You know, before that, in museums, we didn't even talk about the public. If they came, great, but that was not the driving force. And then there was the introduction of the computer, and that just started to unify just even the departments within the museum. You know, everyone had their own record systems in every department. We were siloed institutions like many other places. And that just changed the way we communicate internally and start to engage the public. And now this whole new wave of technology is just, I always call it a tidal wave because it's just, in a really good sense, it's just adding a whole other dimension. We need to learn to work with it so it's in a very meaningful way to the users and the people who are putting it together. And that's where we are at right now.